Hello, welcome back. I ended the lecture on a disappointing note where my model was not completing a successful run. I had some compatibility issues. I have since resolved those. As you can see, we have a successful simulation run. So once you get your simulations run successfully, the fields will populate. It's going to give you the runtime for each simulation that I did. If anything was not applicable for it, warnings or errors that you may have. And over here, you can download all the results files locally to your computer. Okay, so with that, we're going to continue on down our ribbon tab here on the left to the results, or not the results, sorry, the reports tab. As you can see here, it's going to lay out all of our simulations, design alternatives that we decided to run. This is why it can be important once you start getting into quite a bit of design alternatives to rename them so you know what each one means. For us, it's pretty simple. We were just focusing on the lighting power density, and option 1 had the most with that 3 watts per square foot all the way to option 6, which had 0.7 watts per square foot. So here, this is going to act as your baseline, whichever one you set it as. So what I mean by that is it's going to load it, the design alternative results into this row. And then the remaining, excuse me, the remaining alternatives will also be populated down here. And it's going to tell you the differences between those design alternatives, the changes that you've made. So we're focusing on kilowatt hours, peak electrical demand, and kilowatt hours. So we can see with design alternative 1, we had 3 watts per square foot. So we're using quite a bit of electricity. Then if we look at 2, so they'll give you the percentage change. So it's 12%, 25, 37, 49, all the way to our really high efficient LEDs of 56% savings. So that's, going from 579,000 kilowatt hours to 323,000 kilowatt hours. So that's where this starts to become, this is the potential of the parametric analysis tool. What it's really powerful at is just showing you a cost benefit analysis of what those design decisions are going to do for you in regards to building performance. There are options in our measure where we could have payback years, capital cost increasement, demolition, installation, commissioning. We didn't include those in this current measure. I want to call your attention up here to the reports. There's a drop-down menu. So you can get this with no baseline. So you can just get a straight table with your data available that you can use. And then end use comparison is probably the one you'll be using the most. It's going to create a chart. Typical, you should recognize some of these from your OpenStudio reporting files. So each column is going to have the design alternative or scenario that we created. So the first one being, we see our interior lighting is quite big. And then as we step down the lighting power density, we can calculate how much visually we can calculate and see the impact that choosing an LED over a compact fluorescent will have. And so this can help you with your client or an interior designer who wants to add certain fixtures or lightings to it. You can push back on that and say, here's why we can't do that, because it's going to adversely affect, A, B, or C. So that's what you can use this for. The other one It's just an export. So this is just trying to get very specific on the data that you want to export and how you want to do it. They'll export to XML, so you can bring it into other programs. There's also other baselines that you can use. These are based off of predetermined averages from building models developed by NREL and other entities. So yeah, that is the reporting tab and what it can do for you. And so if you have any questions on this, or you want to see a little more of a detailed analysis where I use multiple measures, please let me know. You can leave a comment or you can email me. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful.